During the Matrix Resurrections trailer, we got glimpses into Thomas Anderson's new life, possibly trapped in a new simulation, a more subjective world than before. And so we were wondering, what happened to Zion? What if the machines broke the truce and destroyed the last city of humans? That Deus Ex Machina and the Architect conspired to fool the Oracle and keep Neo trapped. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
This is Zion, and we are not afraid!
Returning to Matrix Revolutions, the Smith virus had infected the entire simulation and threatened to infect the real world and destroy all life, both machine and human. Smith managed to become a greater threat than the anomaly itself. The Oracle has set her plan into motion, which included allowing herself to be assimilated by Smith and for Neo to go to Machine City personally. No other one had ever attempted to do this, to reach out and make a deal directly with what could be the leader or the manifestation of the source, Deus Ex Machina. Neo asked for peace in exchange for destroying Smith.
What do you want?
Peace.
At first, Ex Machina refused, but it quickly understood that the only way to stop Smith was by using Neo. Let's pause for a moment and explain where the name Deus Ex Machina comes from. In the movie, this robotic creature is never addressed by name. It was only assumed that it was the leader of the machines. But the film script does have a name for this entity, Deus Ex Machina. The name also has a definition. Deus Ex Machina, or God out of machine, is a plot device whereby a seemingly unsolvable problem in a story is suddenly and abruptly resolved by an unexpected and unlikely occurrence. In the Matrix lore, this entity could be the physical manifestation of the machine collective, an outer shell of the Architect, or a manifestation of the Source. What is clear is that Deus Ex Machina had the power and authority to grant Neo peace if he managed to defeat Smith. We made an in-depth analysis video on Deus Ex Machina. Link will be in the description below. Now Neo allowed himself to be assimilated by Smith, and Ex Machina conducts energy through Neo's body, which spread to Smith, destroying him and eradicating the virus from the Matrix. Then the Matrix was restarted. The Sentinels that were about to destroy Zion stopped their attack and left the city. Morpheus couldn't believe what he was seeing. The war was over, or so he thought. Now at the end of Revolutions, the Oracle asked the Architect what would happen to those who wanted out, to which the Architect replied,
"Obviously they will be freed."
I have your word.
What do you think I am? Human?
Even though the Architect assured the Oracle, he still could have lied. Matrix 4 shows that the machines did not follow their arrangement, that the peace that the Oracle achieved was momentarily, and she asked the Architect for his word because deep down inside, she knew he could go back on his word. Matrix Resurrections begin decades after Revolutions. We don't know for sure how long it's been, though it has been mentioned that about 20 years have passed. The machines never delivered Neo and Trinity's bodies. They took the bodies and repaired them. In the trailer, there is a clip of Neo with his eyes burned, and the machines are repairing his body. We also see that Trinity is connected, and both she and Neo are inside a new pod, or pods. The story of Matrix Revolutions continued with Matrix Online. Part of the plot revolves around Morpheus and his search for Neo's body.
Why won't they give up his remains? They say they haven't recycled them. They belong in Zion, in a holy place. He saved us. He saved them. He saved the Matrix.
Even if Matrix Online is erased from canon, the people of Zion would still question what could have happened to the remains of Trinity and Neo. They would surely ask the machines for an explanation. But the fact that Neo and Trinity are in a simulation with no memories means that the machines are acting behind Zion's back. The Red Pills might think that Neo and Trinity are dead. No one knows that the machines took their bodies. Worse still, that Neo and Trinity got their memories erased or altered, and Neo is being controlled with autonafloxacin, or a blue pill that suppresses his desire to wake up. The mere existence of this blue pill is a breaking of the promise that the architect made to the Oracle. He said that those who wanted to leave could do so, however Neo is trapped with no memories and being controlled with these pills. This means that the architect, or Deus Ex Machina, are not allowing everyone who wants to leave to go. In the Matrix Resurrections trailer, there are 2 references to Deus Ex Machina. The first is in a clip where Neo is inside a building on the run, and then there's an explosion behind him. Behind him we see the words Deus Ex Machina, albeit half obstructed, and the second is in Jonathan Gruff's office.
To be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
Behind Gruff, there is a D-shaped bust on the desk with the letter M inside the D. Look closely and you will see that the bust also creates an optical illusion of the letter M. For some people, this M stands for the Merovingian, but if you join the letters D and M, you could get Deus and Machina. Combining these 2 clips, we believe that this location is Deus Ex Machina's office, meaning that this ominous entity is directly interfering with Neo's life within the simulation. It has long been debated whether Deus Ex Machina is the architect, but based on the meaning of its name, we believe that this amalgamation is at a higher level, though both entities could be different forms of the same character. If the architect broke the truce and didn't let everyone leave the simulation, how didn't Zion notice this? The tragic answer to this question is that Zion has possibly been destroyed. In the trailer, there are clips in which a ship is passing through ruins that look familiar to Zion. Something could have happened during these past decades that restarted the war, and Zion was finally destroyed. There is also the possibility that these ruins are those of the previous cities. Remember that Zion was destroyed 5 times before, but what makes us believe that maybe these ruins are those of Zion from the original trilogy is that the new character named Bugs is inside the simulation alongside the younger Morpheus, doing what Red Pills were trained to do, running and fighting the agents. Bugs is a soldier. In one of the teasers, we hear Bugs talking to her operator, Zeke, so she is part of a ship's crew. She is covertly entering the simulation and is fighting the agents, so she has been trained to a level that should not be necessary if peace between man and machine was still in effect. When Neo awakens to the real world, he will find out the truth, that not only was the truce broken, but that the machines have been lying to the Red Pills. Maybe Zion was destroyed, and the few Red Pill survivors formed a new resistance, and will eventually discover that Neo and Trinity are still alive and were imprisoned by the machines. Thomas the Blue Pill does not remember anything. He is depressed for questioning reality. In the end, the architect has forcefully reconnected Neo to a simulation. Deus Ex Machina may have used the Prime program to restart the Matrix, and despite a small bump in the road, the cycle concluded as the previous ones did. The machines did not keep their end of the bargain. They sparked a new war and restarted the simulation. Neo's sacrifice in revolutions was in vain. But do you agree? Did the architect lie? Did the machines break the truce and rebooted the Matrix? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.